We're now in Japan at the Suzuka circuit, about 5 hours train ride from Tokyo, where we're going to be at the Japanese Motocross Grand Prix. It's not a World Championship event, but it's an FIM internationally inscribed event. Quite a big crowd here and a beautiful day. This is the opening ceremony, and in here we can see American flags, Japanese flags. At the moment I don't have who's actually riding, but we'll no doubt find out in due course. I have heard that there's Bob Hanna and Doug DeMarcus here, but I don't know about the rest. And first thing they do is fight over who's going to be the first on the rostrum. Japanese riders, can't help feeling they're going to be a little bit outclassed with these top American riders today, but I understand they've been learning the tricks of motocross pretty quickly. A way of presenting the riders here, number 1 American. They ride up on the ramp. Each rider rides up and they're presented by the commentator up onto this dais here. Behind us are the invited guests who all clap, and the commentator announces who it is. 30 seconds to go for the start of the 250 race. And in this race we have Bob Hanna, George Joby, Billy Lyles, and of course the best of the Japanese riders. Americans are telling me they don't like this sport, it's too boring. Just after the start. 05 looks like Bob Hanna. One lap down, and Hanna has got a big lead. Starter bumps here, look at this. See how to take those. Have a look at Hanna over these starter bumps. Looks so easy. Look at George Joby on the Kawasaki. Dave Bailey from America has taken the lead from Bob Hanna. Bailey again, 0-1. Pulling out a big lead now. 05 is Hanna. 02. Japanese riders to go. Using the berms. The difference in speed between a leader Bailey, number 30. 02, the American. George Joby from Belgium. There's a bit of a derby between 05 Hanna Hanna don't want to let go. Coming around the back, that's still going. 05 and 02. Made the break, he's got by. Knowing Hannah's temperament, he won't go on the rest. Battle hotting up now between David Bailey, just there on 01, and about 6 seconds back is 02, Ricky Johnson on the Yamaha. And he looks like he just might catch up a bit more yet. No, it's all right about that part. At this stage I make it that Hannah is still third, but this man here, Billy Lyles from America, is fourth. He seems to be making a bit of ground on Hannah because Hannah looks to be towering to me. Billy Lyles on the cover. Japanese riders, Marty. 03 is nearly up on 05. It's only a matter of time, I think. The race is getting pretty close to the end. 2 laps to go. There's Hannah. Oh, we just missed an electrifying finish by Bailey and Billy Lyles. They just crossed the line together. I don't know who they gave the third place to. But over here are the place getters, so we'll find out in a minute. Lyles talked Bailey right the way to the finish, and it was just a run of the line that would have got third place. Well, there we are. Dave Bailey was first. And we've got Lyles, George Shelby, and in the yellow, Jim Holly, number 6. And one missing was Ricky Johnson, number 02. And I think also that Bob Hannah shunned this presentation because I see number 3 spots missing too. So that must mean Bailey, Flash Johnson, Hannah, Lyles, George Shelby, and Jim Holly. Jim Holly, who we saw riding over in the States about 3 or 4 weeks ago at California. Now Bob Hannah has arrived on the scene and taken the third place. There is here Bob Hannah. Bailey for the 125 race, and amongst those is Jeff Ward, Johnny O'Mara, and Ron O'Leachin from America, plus all the best A-grade riders from Japan. 125 A-grade race, they're away. Battle of the Japanese factories here. 03. That must be Johnny O'Mara. 01, Jeff Ward. If you can't get that whole shot, look at the match you've got to get through. Jeff Ward looks as though he's going to close right in on his prey there. Here's the leaders here. Ronnie Leachin over the Bridgestone jump from Jeff Ward, and I just can't help thinking that it's going to be Jeff Ward that wins this race. 125s are lapping at about the same pace as the 250. Japanese riders haven't accomplished the technique of the double jumps yet. Sure enough, Jeff Ward has taken the lead from Ronnie Leachin on the Honda. mixed up, didn't I? Because there's those three, Ronnie Leach and still leading Johnny O'Mara. I saw a battle at the back there with the Japanese riders, and it was the other way around. So here we are. Ronnie Leach is still leading Johnny Jeff Ford. Quite a battle. Well, this is a battle of royal if ever. Ronnie Leach leading Jeff Ford, but only just. He just needs to make a small error, and it'll be all over. That's gone. Ronnie Leach and Jeff Ford, 28, 3, 1, and 29 are Japanese riders. It's a battle for lead. Like a guy like Jeff Ford doing that there. Look at him, inside. Got the lead, that's great riding. He's talked that one for a while. Jeff Ford now leading from Ronnie Leach. You'll notice the different tactics when they come around this corner. Jeff Ford's now going the outside line, Leach the inside. We saw earlier that it was the other way around. Now Leachin's back on the lead again. Look at them just tear their way through the back of these Japanese riders that they're lapping. Both taking the inside line now, so no one can dive in underneath. Battle of tactics. It's the first of the Japanese riders. 27 years old, this guy rides for Honda. In the Japanese riders is number 3, Team Green Kawasaki. Third Japanese is number 1. Quite noticeable is that the age of the Japanese is quite a bit older than the Americans. The top Japanese are all between 25 and 27 years old, whereas up front you've got a 23-year-old Jeff Ford and a 17-year-old Ronnie Leachin. Probably Leachin can't ride in the 250 race because they can't give him a license until he's 18 years old. But in America he's already won the 500cc Motocross Grand Prix. Here they come down the straight again, the leaders. How long Leachin can keep up this pace, I don't know, but at 17 years old, this guy must have a lot before him. Hello, something's wrong with Jeff Ford. Missed a beat there. Something happened as he went out of that corner. Leading Japanese rider number 28. He would be probably 200 metres down on the leaders. No, I'd say more like 400 metres. And he's well in the lead of this man here, number 3 from Japan. I would think he's probably as far behind his first Japanese counterpart as the first Japanese is behind the Americans. Just missed a slick passing move then by Jeff Ford. He came right around the outside of that corner and just got the lead. But will Leachin can hang on to that one or not, we don't know, but he got him back once before. So they've changed places. Jeff Ford on the Kawasaki, Ronnie Leachin on the Honda. Not a heck of a lot between them. And look at Leachin right on the back of him there. Incredible man for 17 years old. This is where the passing manoeuvre was before. Ford past Leachin. First Japanese rider, and he would be 3/4 of a lap behind. And this looks like the results at the moment, 28, 3, 7, 6 of the leading Japanese riders. There's nothing between these two riders here, look at it. There's the race, this looks like it. He's trying to make it, he made a bit of a blue, but he's still going to go back. Every inch is a big inch for these two guys. Changing lines to get a bit of a couple of inches advantage. Here's the leader, Jeff Ward, doing by quite a step. Second place man, Ryan Leachin. Excellent job for his age. Centre tyre towards the end. And third, but lapped, was one of the Japanese riders, number 28, coming in here right now. He seemed to be very tired at the end. He just couldn't seem to keep it up. Number 6 and 2. The next one, Sunday, would have been a lap and a half behind the leaders. First, second and third. Jeff Ford, Ronnie Leachin, and number 28, the Japanese rider. Fourth, fifth and sixth over there. First Suzuki rider was sixth, one of the Japanese guys. Well, all this fuss is about Doug DeMarcus making his first appearance here. He's riding around the motocross course. Pretty unfussed about this wheelie business. Oh, this is a good trick. Straight up the dive. Now we're over in the pits, and this is the Japanese rider number 23, and we see here a hand-cut Bridgestone motocross tyre, obviously very much experimental. And looking at the bike over here, she's pretty trick too. It's got a flat slide type Cayenne carburetor, and underneath the exhaust port is hanging a sort of a blob there. There's obviously some development of the ATAC arrangement. View of that ATAC blob there. It's on a 250 Honda works bike. One of the Japanese riders. This is one of the Japanese riders, Suzuka, I think, and he's just doing his limbering up exercises before the start of the next race. Take it pretty seriously, these fellas. Johnson's bike from America. Notice it's got an oil and shock absorber on it. Here's the guy that came second on the first 250 race. And one of the Japanese bikes, number 3, which was one of the higher placed Japanese bikes in the first race. The big factory method of putting in fuel, you put it in a bucket and tip it in through a funnel. They must be going backwards, this technology. Ricky Johnson, the works Yamaha rider. This is bike, it's got a Dunlop sticker on it. Dunlop K790 on the back. But he's just fallen in love with the Bridgestone M22 or M23 up front. Which indicates a bit of a change in pattern of thinking for tyres. This Doug DeMarcus performing again, this time on a 3-wheeler. Certainly draws the crowd, this guy. Marcus now on his 2-wheeler bike. Really a great showman. second in this race, bouncing his way along. The tops of people's head comes Jeff Ward and the Kawasaki leading the race, certainly pulling away a little bit from the second man, Ronnie Leacham. Here is a double jump along this track. Through to lap some guys here. Ease off their pace over this jump. No real pressure on Ward and Leishman now. And the high-flying Japanese, number 8. Leachman. Fairway back in second place. Four Japanese riders here, double jump and a corner at the same time. Finish the 125 A grade race. Jeff Ward, Ronnie Leachman, Okabe from Japan, then Mickey, Ken Sato by the look of it, and Ozaki.
日をご出席いただき大金で優勝福など第2位4ラシーン第3位渡部敦第4位竹脇の速度を特設会場でダクドモコ選手の2回目のウィリーのデモンストレーション走行が行われます。
That's it from the Suzuka Motocross in Japan, Japanese Motocross Grand Prix, down near the centre of the main island, and very excellently organised event. Quite a lot of emphasis putting on jumping rather than a skill life.